Hello there, I am Craig, aka A-Oran-Plays, and today we are playing Brawl like we do on every stream. And welcome to Edge of Eternities, the first Brawl stream after the new set release. If you didn't see it, I opened my 53 packs last night, got lots of lovely wild cards, got lots of lovely new stuff, and I'm very excited about the set. So with that being said, we're going to start with Dyadrine Synthesis Amalgam. I said that right, I think. Which is a legendary artifact creature construct, and it is in the selesnya colours, and it has trample. Dyadrine enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it, equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you attack, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colourless robot artifact creature token. So let's just go through a few of these cards. That is going to help. So this, I've gone for counters. Now normally my commander is Sovereign Okanakao / Berklong Heir of the Law. But now it is Dyadrine. And we've got supporting cards like Helia, Ascendant Cadet, which whenever Helia enters or attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever one or more creature you control with +1/+1 counters on them deal combat damage to a player, draw a card, which is very much like Cutsil. But the difference is that you can create those +1/+1 counters, so that's fantastic. Other new cards, we've got Ouroboros, which is a plant worm. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. So hopefully the bigger we can make Ouroboros, which I love saying, the bigger our other creatures can get. What's another one? We've got a new seed ship, Agrarian Insect Scientist. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, create a lander token, which we can then sacrifice to fetch a land. On landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So it's good. Is it as good as things like Scythecat Cub, which does the same thing without needing that? No, it remains to be seen, but I wanted to include it in the deck. And then we've got our bog standard usual older historic cards that are going to help with counters, such as Arwen Mortal Queen, which we can hopefully, with cards like Sovereign Okanakao, we can increase the amount of indestructible counters on her, and then lifelink counters, and then move them onto other creatures. We've got Hamza, so however many creatures we have on the battlefield with +1/+1 counters, makes Hamza cheaper, and then when Hamza's on the battlefield, creatures are cheaper with how many creatures we control with +1/+1 counters. You get the idea. So I've waffled on enough, so let's get right into that queue and see how we go. So is going to gain life whenever a creature enters, or whenever a creature they control dies, and its toughness is equal to the amount of creatures they control. So this is going to be a life gain deck. We're going to see things like Heliod and stuff, although I probably would have thought Heliod would have been a better choice for commander. Great hand, but only 2 lands. And even that isn't all the mana colour I need. What do I do, guys? Do I mulligan? Even though I've got some good... I think I'm going to have to mulligan. I'm happy with land in this deck, but it's still only getting 2 lands, but at least it's one of each colour, so we can play things like Hardened Bonds and Conclave Mentor and Gala Greeters. So yes, Voracious Hydra is always good, so we'll keep this hand. Risky keep. Very risky. I didn't want to risk it. Not for a biscuit. Not this time. Especially against life gain deck. So yeah, that's Daxos. I think Heliod is a better choice if maybe they don't have access to Heliod. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, there's access to more white mana. So as much as I want to play things like Gala Greeters, I think this is a better choice. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but we'll find out. I love Hardened Bonds. Whenever a +1/+1 counter is put on a creature you control, seek a creature card, and that card perpetually gets +1/+1. It's nice. We'll take 2. So yeah, lots of life gain. think. Let me think. What's the best play here? So I've got 4 mana, so I could do... I'm gonna put you in first. No, I can't do both. What a bloody idiot. But I'm still happy with that though. I think that might be a blessing in disguise for next turn. I think. Because I can make Garligretus bigger, which is going to seek us a card just by playing. Could do Dyadrine. I'm having problems building a deck I want to play. Okay, what problems are you having? So, not going to block, can't block the flyer. I'm going to... Again, I need more green mana. I'm gonna play Arwen, I think. Oh, nice. Oh, that was a good seeking of a card. That was nice, I like that. So we can make something else indestructible. We can also block Daxos. So, yeah, we'll end the turn there. Not going to attack in. And we'll just hold fire. They can still attack with their Angel of Unity. Of course, we're playing against white, so Path to Exile is annoying. But we can get a green. So that's really good because we can play Oroboid. Which is very nice. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they'll find a way to exile it, I'm sure, but... Giver of Runes, nice bit of protection. That's good. And we'll create a tapped treasure token so we can make something nice and juicy. I mean, we are doing well. Oroboid is so good. So good. Just so good. Good morning, Williak. I'm trying to do a salty spacecraft plant deck. Okay, interesting. How are you, Williak? Thank you ever so much for joining on this beautiful day of days. Let's play that, and we'll play. I'm going to do Voracious Hydra because I want to get rid of Angel of Unity. So 2, 1, 2, 3. So let's do 3. Auto pay. And then we can get, so this creature fights this creature, and we'll put a +1/+1 counter on Garligretus. That is going to get us a Sovereign Okanakao. Oh, one of my favourite cards of all time. It just makes me so happy. Oh. I kind of want to hold Giver of Runes up, to be honest. Or is that lethal? It's not lethal. Yeah, I can be patient. I mean, it is white, so they could have a board white. But with Sovereign Okanakao, it's not going to take us long to... I thought that might have saved it, but it didn't. But Sovereign Okanakao is just too strong. So let's do that. A 6/6 Sovereign Okanakao is going to double counters when it attacks. Mangara the Diplomat. When this enchantment enters, create a lander token. Each creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. So that's great, but I don't have a land. And I don't have the land to search for land. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pay 2. I should have done 3. I forgot about my token. And that's going to seek us Dusk Shell Crawler. It's going to double counters, and then we'll remove a counter from each to create a 3/3. And we've got another forest. Nice. Nice. So we'll play a forest, and then we'll play... I think that's most important. I mean, it could be, this is a risk. They could have another board wipe, you know, which is possible. Alright, so I'm just going to go back and catch up with comments. Card draw, mana curve, recursion, creatures to block, and creatures to crew spacecraft. Oh dear. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So we'll play you. We'll play you. And that's the beautiful thing about this deck is we can build back up again, and it's not going to take a lot to build back up. I think if we get mana, great, so we'll play that. Felidar Retreat is such a good card for counters. +1/+1, and then we'll do that. And we'll grab another green. I love these lands so much. I had to spend my gold. And we'll put a +1/+1 counter on you, and then we'll attack in. Let me guess, another board wipe? Another exiling thing? Getting closer to Zoprindel would be nice. Francois, this is why I've said you need to join the Discord, because then it's really difficult because we can't see your deck. If you join Discord, I know you don't like the terms and conditions, but you can post your deck that you're having trouble with, and they will help you, because it's an awesome little community, and we help each other with decks and stuff. So yeah, right, I'm going to play Zoprindel, which has got reach. That's going to double our counters. Let's put a +1/+1 counter on you just to make you a bit bigger, and then we'll go in for lots of damage. This is nice. 2 board wipes, a Path to Exile. Yes, we've only got 13 life, but okay, so that's going to get first strike if they put a +1/+1 counter on it. Soul Warden. Interesting. Not going to join Discord. Fine. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so good game. GG! 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 Tezzeret Cruel Tramp Captain, which I'm in the process of building a deck for, so I'll be interested to see how this plays. I've noticed though a lot of my artifact creatures, colourless creatures, are all fetch lands, so it's not great, if I'm honest. But I'm going to keep working at it and see what I can get. I've got lots of wild cards that I can use, so I'll figure it. So that's going to be the next stream. Great Ajani, great Planeswalker in this deck. We've got the Seed Ship Agrarian. We've got Hoof, which is going to be late game. Keep. Hello there. So, Tezzeret Cruel Captain. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret. Untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Search your library for an artifact creature card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 rebel creature. Such a good planeswalker. Such a good planeswalker. If there's any used to take a year or more to finish a set, yeah, I believe it is 250 cards like the Final Fantasy, but the extra set is smaller. Oh, okay. So we'll just play we'll grab a forest because we don't have any green, just in case. Well, we've got nothing to play in turn 1 anyway, but that's okay. I love these lands so much. They remind me of No Man's Sky, one of my favourite games of all time. So yeah, I'm all in. I'm going to be writing down the uncommon, because I've only got uncommon or common wild cards left, but I've got quite a few of them, so I'll be looking for cards to purchase for my deck. I'm not going to Swords to Plowshare that. Actually, I am. In a multicolored deck, that's annoying. Slow them down. We can't use Swords to Plowshare on their commander, so excuse me a block. And for a great planeswalker, it's cheap. Yeah, I'm going to play Arwen next turn, and then Ajani. I'm going to save Dyadrine. Oh. I'm sorry I make that sexy noise every time I see Sovereign Okanekau, but yes, I would, even though it looks like a cat man. Tiger, Sabertooth, man. Puma, Sabertooth, cat, man. Don't come at me with that sword. Fun times. Stop. Interesting. Okay, Sword of Fire and Ice. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from blue. Okay, yeah, 2 damage to me, but it doesn't really concern me, if I'm honest. Sovereign Okanekau's got to come out, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, and I may as well start doing a bit of damage. Next is going to be Ajani the Great-Hearted. Hopefully we can finish this game off with a nice hoof. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be very nice. 7/5. When this creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card. You may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands. So that's Warp. I like the animation. That's cool. Yep, Solid Simulacrum is going to fetch them a land, and then when it dies, you draw a card. I think Ajani the Great-Hearted is a great thing to play here. I'm going to give that. I'm gonna hold Arwen back because I want a blocker to protect Ajani. Oh no, it's got vigilance. Oh, idiot! Of course, it's got vigilance. But I've got 2 big life linkers with vigilance, so that's nice. I'm very far away from the hoof because I don't have the green, so I think it's going to be that first, then a +1, then a land. Okay, so Ugin, colour the spells you cast a 2 less, exile the top card, destroy target permanent. Okay, fine. That's okay. Kind of thought that might be coming, but at least I've got lifelink from it. Stonewall Serpent is going to get protection from multicoloured spells. I'm going to do Hardened Bonds, and then I'm going to play Forest. So I could do 3. Auto pay that. That's going to come in and get thingy. We're going to seek a card. from my favourite artist of all time. We're going to put a +1/+1 counter on them. And then we're going to attack in with that to that. Because it doesn't have, I'm not going to gain any life, because it doesn't have trample. Yes, we'll remove counters, we'll get some card draw and other planes, which isn't particularly what I want, but at least okay, they gave me a lot of life there, so I'm not complaining at that. Ozolith would be good right now. I mean, Dyadrine with trample is schmexy. Very, very schmexy indeed. One suggestion for this deck, Drix Fate Maker. Okay. I will catch up with these in between. Used to take a year or more to finish a set. Card height he wears if you have coin. Okay, and one suggestion for this deck, Drix. For this deck, or the one that I'm making, Drix Fate Maker. I got really excited yesterday because I had someone join Twitch last night whilst I was streaming, and it was cool. And they were like, "Oh, I want to help you. I want to help you with your alerts when you get a follower and stuff like that," which I've seen other streamers have, and I can't figure out how to do it. So I was like, "Okay, brilliant. That's fantastic." And they were like, "Oh, join Discord, and then I'll show you how to do it." I was like, "Oh, brilliant. That's cool." That's the second person on Twitch that doesn't follow you for let's do that. Sorry, I finished that for. Oh, Perk. Brilliant. That's awesome. We'll play you. I don't have a land, and then we'll get some protection. And then we'll gain 3 life. So everything's got vigilance. Flying, bit of a problem. And I'm just going to go for the face. That's going to make Botanical Brawler bigger. So they can stop 22 of the damage. Well, they can stop all the damage, can't they? Well, 1, 2. Yeah, we'll do it. Another land, so we can hoof it next turn. It's a lot of damage. What would be amazing is giving Sovereign Okanako trample, but they're going to get trample with the hoof. Oh, I love Burke. It's a shame I didn't get to see Burke this time. Okay. Fine. So they've got 2 life. I think the hoof will be enough to do it though, won't it? Would the hoof be enough? Because it'll be a 6/6. Yeah, the hoof will be enough. Oh no, but then one of them's going to get counters. So it's not going to be enough. Yes, it will be enough. Let's hoof it. Let's gain some life and just in case. You never know when you need it. And we'll attack in. I'm glad I attacked the face now, not the Planeswalker, because I think GG! 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 Yippee! Kudo! Everything's going to become bears. Which is fine in this deck because it's a counters deck, so... okay, we've got Virtue of Loyalty, great card. Kodama, great card. The Hoof, we're not going to see for a while, but amazing card. I'm going to risk it and keep it. We've got Cavern of Souls, which isn't going to help me because they won't have counters. Oh, they've got one in white, don't they? So they could have it. So Kudo is going to make everything a 2/2 and our bears in addition to their other types. So when you're playing against a counters deck, it doesn't really do a lot for you. We'll play Gala Greeters next, start trying to ramp a bit. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. So the warp abilities, I love that, not warp ability, the warp animation is really cool. Alright, Gala Greeters, that's only going to be a 1/1 for a turn. You see already we're struggling with District Mascot, which again I didn't realise its existence. Okay. No blocks. The thing is, with them doing the henge, it's going to get cheaper anyway. I'm not sure they thought about that one. I would have gone for the Hoof, personally, but each to their own. So we'll do this, and then we can ramp, get close to the Hoof. Kodama of the West Tree, such a great card. And we'll give you +1/+1 counter, so when the bear does come in, it'll be a 3/3. And because it's altered, we're gonna, I think that maybe we're gonna see a Swords to Plowshare. Oh no, they're just surveilling, fine. Surveil away, my friend, surveil away. And here's something to think about as well. Let's grab a... Let's grab another Plains for now, just so it's a bit more evened up. Land. Toski is going to have to attack each turn, and whenever a creature that is deals damage, yeah, I'm not going to block that. That District Mascot is a really good card. That's why it's got to go, methinks. Should have realised. I should have realised. Right, well, it is what it is. Let's grab a green. And we'll play Cavern of Souls, and what name? I don't know. We'll just still name Cat. Next turn, Hamza. Or do we do Virtue of Loyalty to start getting those counters on, which is going to make Hamza cheaper. I'm thinking Virtue of Loyalty. I mean, District Mascot is an issue. I think this is going to be my death right here. Right here is my death. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could pay 4. Which is going to make Dyadrine bigger. Let's make you bigger. I think if I can survive the next turn, double block District Mascot, which will kill District Mascot, unless they have a way to give it another +1/+1 counter. Because then District Mascot will be dead, and I will take some damage. And then, maybe, if we get a land, we can hoof it. Yeah, they knew it was coming. Yay, GG! And this is why we have Boromir in the deck against Kotis. So Kotis, whenever it does damage to me, they are going to exile cards from my library, and they can play all those cards for free without paying the mana cost. And the amount of cards they get is how big Kotis is. So it starts off as a 2/1, and then it's indestructible. It's a 2/1, and then they'll play enchantments and stuff to make it unblockable, and then it becomes really annoying. And although that was a good card, I didn't have removal, so I wanted to try and get some removal, but I didn't get it. And there we go. Mikius the Lunarch in my opening hand, which is what I said, which is fine. Alright, we'll try. I hate Kotis too. I agree with you 100%. Look at him. That's why I put Boromir in here. Hopefully we'll pull Boromir, because then it shuts them down. If you can get rid of Kotis, I mean, the amount of times I've house-mailed Kotis and it's felt so good, and then, you know, they just concede. Although the last game I played against Kotis was really unusual. They didn't play Kotis at all, and they just had all these other legendary creatures. And I streamed that, and that was bizarre. It was a bizarre deck to play against. He absolutely destroyed me at pre-release. There's nothing worse than watching your own cards be played that you really want to play. At least they're playing with blue. We have Delighted Halfling, so we can protect our legendary creatures. I think Arwen is probably the best choice there. And then I could pay that for 1. No, I'm just gonna hold up. Maybe they'll think I have a Swords to Plowshare or something. Yeah, if this minute it gets unblockable, I'm conceding, because I don't want to play that nonsense. At least we've got a way to block, and you know, they're not going to do much. Mirari's Wake is a fantastic card, so I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to do. Because then I can make Dyadrine next turn and Mikius massive. And that's why I'm thinking. Oh, okay. You're getting muted. Am I not allowed thinking time? Dickhead. Get out of here, you damn scorpion! Fine. Okay. All right. So. Let's grab a white and so we can pay 9 for that. I should have held up the Biosynthetic Burst just to give it indestructible. And we're not going to attack in. But at least if they decide to get Dyadrine, we can replay and make him even bigger. So, yeah. Destroy all creatures. Nerd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White, and we will play. So we've got to pay 2 + 2. So I'm going to do Mickey's this turn, I think. So I can do 3, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to come in. So that's a 10, 10. Yeah, why not? Why not? No attacks. Because they can block it, there's no point, it doesn't have trample. Has protection from instants and from sorceries. Okay, so we can do, so we have to pay 4 for that. That's also got trample. I'm thinking the Hydra, doubling its counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's grab a green. So we can do 9. And we will double the counters because we can't fight an indestructible creature. And then we'll remove that. Everything else will get nice and hefty. We'll attack in for that. Yes, they can block one of them, which they're going to block the 17/17. Not having trample for all of them is a bit of an issue. But if we can start getting their life down, and then next turn we can kill them unless they get life. We've got a nice big blocker. Now who's taking their time? It would have been nice to have saved that, actually, to be fair. Hello? Hello? Right, so not only do they love playing Cotis, which is pants, they're also a Soul Roper when things don't go their way. Oh dear, I do love it. GG Cotis! Mana, yes. Wildwood Scourge, great card. Trample, great. Halia, not till late in game. Hamza, great card. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. And we're playing against Elas Ilkor, which is an Ozolith deck, not dick. Alas, Ilkor is a dick because he has Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So really nice card. I'm not going to play Wildwood Scourge because he would die straight away. I need to take 3 Tree City out. Now it's not a cat deck. I need to remember to do that because it's a bit neither here nor there. It doesn't really help me much. I'm not going to, while there's nothing on the board, I'm not going to do Wildwood Scourge yet. Let's see what we can do. Okay. I'm going to do that for 2. Because next turn if I play Dyadrine, he's going to get bigger, and then I can create Mirella can no longer play spells on their turn, and when she attacks, that's going to get lots of little tokens. Great card to have. Human probably is my next thing. Actually, probably not. I'm just gonna keep with cat because it probably is still the most prominent. So that would only come in as a 2/2. That would make Wildwood Scourge a 3/3. Just let them know I'm thinking. But if I play Giver of Runes, yeah, okay. Nothing really is gonna help here. I'm not going to attack. And then next turn, I'm going to play Garruk's Uprising and Giver of Runes. Oh, okay. Bloodthirsty Conqueror, they're going to try and get what they need to do the infinite combo of life gain. That's what they're trying to pull off here. So that's target priority number 1 to get rid of that. Giver of Runes, Garruk's Uprising, and we draw another land, which we can play. No attacks because both of those would just die. I get nothing from attacking. So they gain 5 life. Okay. card draw, but then Hamza. But I've got no way to give Hamza +1/+1. I think Halia is the better choice here. And I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on you. That's going to make the Hydra bigger. It's going to make Hamza cheaper, and then I can attack him with both. I'm not going to card draw. No, I'm still not going to do it. I'm going to tap you, give you protection from black. Nice, okay. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Okay, we're in good shape here, people. We're in good shape. I think. Oh, okay. Bloodthirsty Conqueror is still a problem. They clearly don't have the other part of the combo, otherwise I would have played it. Morel's going to create lots of tokens. No block. Thing is, I can't use Defiler of Vigor's ability to... I mean, the Hoof now might win it. No, okay. I can't use the Pay Life. Shit, I didn't mean to attack with Giver of Runes. Here's the thing, I'm dead anyway, so I may as well just kind of just go for it. Again, I've only got one mana, so I'm not going to remove any. They're not going to die. I could kill Mirel and one of their tokens. Oh no, I'm dead. GG! Elas, GG indeed. We've got no green mana, but we do have Arcane Signet. We've got Botanical Brawler, we've got Arwen and the Henge, and we're going against Tatayova, which is blue, green, Simic, Benthic, Druid, bad stuff. We'll keep, I'm going to risk it. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life and draw cards. So it's going to be lots of landfall triggers, lots of countering my spells, lots of big, hefty, hoofty creatures, lots of enchantments like making my stuff citizens and doing stuff like that. That's what they're going to be doing, I think. I've never built a Tatayova deck. I have Tatayova. I've used her in landfall decks, but I have not built a Tatayova deck. I also really want to build a Dogcat deck with Rin, and I was going to purchase it with a wild card and I didn't. And I also want to build a Frodo deck. The Frodo, Sauron's Bane. And I didn't take 3 Tree City out. Fool of a took! What's with all the planes? Not that I'm complaining, because it's just so pretty. Look at it, it's so pretty. I think Arwen next. I mean, they could be holding up a counter spell if they don't play. If they've got mana. Okay. It doesn't have trample, so yes, Arwen. The Mortal Queen is what I'm going to play. And I'll end the turn there. So now, however big Bristly Bug gets, unless they've got a Garruk's Uprising or whatever, yeah, fine, you keep attacking, bro. You do you. I think Felidar Retreat is the way to go next. Their Wayward Swordtooth can't attack or block. Well, like that. Right, let's do Felidar Retreat. Let's play a Plains. That's going to get +1/+1. And we'll Swords to Plowshare Bristly Bill. And we'll attack in for 3! And Owen has Vigilance. So that's nice. Botanical Brawler next. I'm thinking I'm going to do 2. Then I'm going to do Cabaretti Courtyard. +1/+1. Then we're going to get a Forest, which is going to get us another +1/+1, so we can attack him with 10, 5 even, because yeah, Summoning Sickness is a pain in the butt. But at least we can do 5 damage or take out their commander. Fine. Okay. Okie dokie. We can also make Botanical Brawler indestructible. Card draw is not good. But I think we can do this, folks. I think Great Henge, we can also gain life. They can also create treasures and foods. Wait, what? Oh, Wayward Swordtooth is also a... I was like, they've played 3 lands. No land, but with the Henge we can 2, 3. So if I do 1, 2, I could pay 2. It'd get another +1/+1 counter, and then we'd get card draw. So I'm going to pay 2. It's going to get another +1/+1. That's going to make Botanical Brawler bigger. We don't have Vigilance. So I'm not going to attack. Them being able to play 3 lands per turn is crazy. We'll be able to do a couple of card draws as well. So now they can pretty much play whatever they've got in their hand, which could be anything, who knows. It is a Simic deck. This is how they go. prepared to sit here for a very long time. So this turn they can play 4 lands, and then they've got fetch lands. They can play the fetch lands, and they can do this over and over and over again. We've got ways to give counters. We've got protection. We've got Ozolith, which is a great card, and we've got Arwen. So I think this is too good a hand to keep to mulligan. So we'll keep that, and we'll grab a. We'll surveil this turn. No, we'll grab it. Do I want to surveil? It'd be great just to get something on the battlefield. And then attacking next turn. No, I'm playing just a plains, and then we'll play Enduring Bond Warden, which comes in and we can give it a +1/+1. And then next turn we'll play Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, it's a creature with Toxic. I didn't even look at the commander. We'll have a look. Convert. Okay, so that's got Toxic, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any colour. So we're playing against a Rat Warlock. Whenever Wick or another rat you control enters, create a 1/1 black snail creature token if you don't control a snail, otherwise put a +1/+1 counter on snail you control. Sacrifice snail, Wick deals damage equal to sacrifice creature's power to each opponent. Then draw cards equal to sacrifice creature's power. So we're going to see lots of good stuff. We'll play you, and we'll give you a +1/+1, and I'm not going to attack because I don't want it to die, either of them to die. If they attack in, I think I'll sacrifice Enduring Bond Warden. I don't want to start getting poison counters. Poison can do one. Yeah, poison can definitely do one. Awesome. Okay. I'm now racked with indecision. Okay, that's going to get me more lands, but no more counters. That's going to double the counters. Yeah, I'm going double counters. This is a counters deck. I'm going to be patient with this one. And then I think Kodama next tree, and then attack him with Luminarch. They're going to kill it. What's that do? At the beginning of each player's end step, that player draws a card. If the player is your opponent and has 4 or more cards in hand, this enchantment deals 2 damage to that player. Cool beans, cool. Well, that's definitely going to happen this turn. So let's play Kodama. Let's put another counter on you. Let's attack him for 6. I'm going to be drawing a card and taking 2 to the face. Nice, 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 nice. We'll be able to kill Wick at some point with Voracious Hydra, hopefully. We can also give everything hexproof. They're holding, what are they holding up? Bookish Bowmaster's great card. So this is definitely a tokens deck. Obnixilis, that can destroy one of my creatures. Fair. No blocks, no blocks. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Right, I could kill Orcish Bowmasters, or I could give everything apart from Shall I Hexproof. Let's get rid of Orcish Bowmasters, that's gone. And we'll put a +1/+1 counter on you. And let's take out Obnixilis. Okay, this time we'll be able to get the card draw down, so we won't be taking that 2 damage, hopefully. I'm thinking Delighted Halfling into Shall I? I don't know, shall you? How many board wipes are you running? Hello Violet, thank you ever so much for joining. 0. I'm not really a massive fan of board wipes. I don't mind putting board wipes in a deck, but none in this deck. Yeah. I just like big creatures and stomping. That's what I love. Although a board wipe would probably do very well against this deck. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So let's play Delighted Halfling into Shall I? And we'll put a +1/+1 counter on you, and then we'll attack in I mean, they could kill Shall I with Obnixilis if Obnixilis survives. So yeah, glad that's gone. We've got some attack in the air. Kind of be nice. There's a lot of common commanders I like from this set. Yeah, there are. Yeah, I kind of thought that was coming, to be honest. Again, not surprised they did that. It's the trample that does it. I mean, if we could get Gyrex Uprising. Yeah, there are so many good commanders. I was just looking at Kilo, and I don't have Kilo. I opened 53 packs last night. Excuse me. And yeah, it's just so good. Could I do... that? Let's put a counter on you. And then we'll play Arwen. Can't be countered. Okay, fine. And we'll put another +1/+1 counter on you to make you a 5/5, and we'll attack in with everything. So I've got 3 blockers. They're going to have to block, because otherwise they're dead. Yeah, I like Kilo. I'm building the Tezzeret Planeswalker deck for my next stream, which is going to be on Sunday. Which ones are your favourite from it? I've been considering building this deck. I love this deck. I love Selesnya. It's one of my favourite colours to build. So yeah, I love it. Can't recommend it enough. Yeah, no board wipes, but yes. Hardened scales. Yep, GG. I would. Have you had a look at the deck list? It's on YouTube. So yeah, check that out. And it's also on SD on Twitch. You're on YouTube, aren't you? Yeah. So yeah, it's a great deck. It started off originally as a Burke deck. It's a commander. Well, no, sorry. It started off as Sovereign Knockout deck because he's one of my favourite cards. Then it progressed to a Burke Long Hair of the Law deck. So there are two cards that you have to have in a Selesnya counters deck. You just have to. Halia is great in the deck. Aurora is fun. It's just amazing. I've only managed to pull it once, and it's just so strong in this deck. Yeah, so I'm going to also be building the Sarima deck as well. I really like that card. So some of the cards from the set are awesome sauce, but Selesnya is one of my favourite colours, so I highly recommend it. Oh, you said there isn't a lot of commanders I like from this set. Sorry, I misread that. Yeah, I like. There were more in Final Fantasy and previous sets like Bloomburrow and Final Fantasy and stuff like that. So yeah, compared to the other sets, I agree, but there are some good ones. Kilo's a good one. This one's a good one. Yeah, and the others I haven't really looked at yet. Just because I opened all the packs and I tried to remain spoiler free before I pre-ordered the 50 pack thing, so I wanted to remain spoiler free and then open them on stream. So I haven't really gotten used to warp and stuff like that, which is why this was the first commander deck that I built, because I'm just so used to the deck that I thought it would be the easiest thing to do from last night to today. It's here! Stuff to return, ways to get +1/+1 counters, another way to get a +1/+1 counter, yeah, and plenty of that. I'm keeping it. I just can't throw that away. It's so unfortunate that they didn't do the pre-con commanders in Arena. I think they are. Kilo is a pre-con commander and he's on it, but he's just not in the Edge of Eternity set list, so you can't buy packs for them. They did it with Final Fantasy as well. So you have to specifically search for them if you want to use wildcards. And I didn't know that until like halfway through the Final Fantasy set, and then I saw it on Reddit and I was like, so why aren't they showing when you look for Edge of Eternities? You have to actually search for them. But Kilo, I did search for Kilo, and the one where Kid said earlier that it's a pre-con commander, so it's not in the jump in, whatever it's called. But yeah. But I agree that the pre-con stuff should be on Arena. If you're adding the set, add the set. Don't be stingy. And I don't know the reason why they do that. Maybe because they give us alchemy, I don't know. But yeah. So next turn, if depending on what I pull, I think it's going to be the Virtue of Loyalty token. And we're going to try and get to Ouroboros, but we don't have a way to give Ouroboros the tokens. Okay, that's great. That's a great card, but it's expensive, so hopefully we'll get the lands to get it, and we'll attack him for 1. And we're playing against Loot's Exuberance Explorer. Sorry, I didn't say this yet again. You may play an additional land on each of your turn. If you pay 6, you can look at the top 6 cards of your library, and you can put a land or creature onto the battlefield equal to the number of lands you control. I don't think I said that right. For mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Yeah. So great card, loot. I didn't think they had the red, green, black landfall spaceship. Oh. I'm not sure what it's called, so we can have a look. Do I want to do that for one? No. I've got nothing to return from the battlefield, so I'm not going to play anything this turn. If they can block one, I may as well attack for both. With both, they'll attack. Right, attack. Block the token. Salutations, Monomuser. How the devil are you? Thank you for joining. We're playing with Dyadrine Synthesis Amalgam. Yes, we'll have a look. I didn't think they had the red, green, black landfall spaceship. I'm not sure which one that is. Someone on here will know. Y'all, what's that? What's the red, green, black landfall spaceship? I think let's... Yeah. Ouroboros will give stuff tokens each turn. And we're not going to attack him, we're just going to hold fire on that. Been doing good, thanks for asking. I recently made a Joshua the Final Fantasy card deck. Yes, Joshua, I saw that late in the game in the Final Fantasy set. And I don't have it, and I was like, I don't really want to use a mythic wild card for it. Let's play a forest. And we'll play Virtue of Loyalty. So we've got a 4/5, a 5/5, 3/3, and a 4/6. And again, I'm not going to attack, just going to hold fire. Everything's going to become nice and hefty. Hardened Souls and Dyadrine. I don't know what it's called, but it's from the Precons too. Yeah, I'll have a look in a second, see if we can find it. A 9/9. But that's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. It's not a problem. We'll play Hardened Scales, and then we'll play Dyadrine for, so it'd be 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, pay, auto pay. And then we'll attack in with these guys. Yeah, let's remove a counter from you and you. Innkeeper's Talent, great card in this deck, and it's GG's! Woohoo! That was a good one. Mono green is always difficult, but yeah. Right, let's have a look, see if we can find this card. It's the chair making noise, not me, I swear. MTG, Edge of Eternities. It's weird that they'd add one and not others, isn't it? Precon. So that's Kilo. World Shaper. Yeah, because you can get the Precon avatars, can't you? In the doohickey, so oh, God's sake, words, you know. Maybe I think it'll just be easy just to search it on here, to be honest. Right, let's close that down. Let me just bring up my other stuff again. Sorry, hang on. Just so I can see the chat. So what was it? Red, green, wasn't it? Red, green, black. Okay. Red, green, black, all colour, and it's a space shop. It's a space shop. Space shop. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's on there. is it spacecraft? Was I searching the wrong thing? But then it would show up here, wouldn't it? If it was. Spacecraft. Oh, bollocks, hang on. Standby, hang on. Let's get rid of that again. Let's try that again. Yeah, no? Why would they do that then? Oh no, is it that one? Hearth Hull, the World Seed spacecraft. Sacrifice a land, draw 2 cards, you may play additional land this turn. Is that it? Ouroboros is stupid, I know. It is the best card from the set, which means it's probably going to get banned. Yeah. Is that the card you were talking about, Violet? Because that is schmexy. Yes, that is the one. Yeah. It's weird that you have to search for it and it doesn't come up under set. You have to specifically search for these cards, which is such a bizarre decision to make. So nobody knows they're on there. And then last for the Final Fantasy set, they added the pre-con commanders, and then later on, weeks later, they then added like 14 cards from the pre-con sets, and you're like, why? Or they alchemy nerf it like they did with Nardu. Yeah, Nardu is crazy. So yes, Violet, if you're still watching, here it is. Unfortunately, I don't have. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's definitely on the list as well to get for me. I don't have any mythic wild cards, which is a shame, but I spent them all on older historic cards that I needed. The World Seed. I think that'd be a great commander to build. Thanks for letting me know. No problem at all. I'm happy to help. But unfortunately, that's all the time I've got for today. I'm going to build a Frodo deck. I know Lord of the Rings, I've wanted to build one for ages. And I got the card with Orcish Bowmaster because the sets, from, isn't it, December or something, or November, you won't be able to buy Lord of the Rings packs anymore, but if you've got the cards you can keep them. So I was looking last night and didn't see it. Yeah, the way they've done it is just so stupid. But it's probably because of alchemy, because they don't do maybe they're not doing alchemy for this set and they'll release the pre-con set like an alchemy set later on. I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad I could help you with that one. Yeah, what was I saying? I was saying something. I don't know, it couldn't have been that important. Yes, Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. That's what I was saying. So I don't know if then when they do that and stop the Lord of the Rings packs, then you won't be able to use wild cards to get Lord of the Rings cards or not. I don't know. So I thought, well, while I've got loads of wild cards, I'm going to get some Lord of the Rings cards just in case. I did try and Google it, but it only told me that the only answer I could find was packs are being removed, and it didn't mention wild card purchasing of cards. So I don't know. I don't want to risk it because I want Orcish Bowmasters and Frodo. I love Frodo. I love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, one of my favourite things of all time, Lord of the Rings. It gives me such good childhood vibes because my gran got me into it. But that's another story for another time. Okay, so that's all the time I've got for today. Thank you ever so much for everyone who's commented, liked, subscribed, and all that jazz. So thank you ever so much yet again. And I love you all so very dearly. Love you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.